Am I the asshole for my response to my brother-in-law's comment about my leg hair? So, my F19, sister, F28 and brother-in-law came over with the kids for dinner at my parents' house. I was watching my nieces while dinner was getting ready. We sat down and I happened to sit next to brother-in-law. I was wearing a skirt and it was accidentally lifted above my knee. My brother-in-law looked down at my leg and made face, then loudly said, "Oh shoo, op. This is gross, you should have shaved. That hair isn't supposed to be there." Everyone stared. I told him, if it's not supposed to be there then why does it grow there, can you explain? He was like, it's just not supposed to be there. I point at his mustache and say, well, guess the same thing can be said about your little mustache then, huh? He looks at my eyes wide open, an awkward silence takes over though some laughed. My sister told me to knock it off as my brother-in-law got up from his chair and went inside the bathroom. My sister followed and I could hear him having a breakdown asking her if there was something wrong with his mustache. My brother and I kept giggling but dinner got cut short cause my brother-in-law wanted to leave. I later got scolded by my sister saying I stepped over the line and disrespected someone who's older than me, who's her husband, and demanded I apologize to him for insulting him and ruining dinner. Am I the asshole? Edit guys. My sister said the reason my brother-in-law got so offended was because he considers his mustache as a symbol of his manhood. And so I insulted his manhood, not just made a backhanded comment. She said I psychologically harmed him and should apologize for it, but I'm not sure if this fixes anything except how he feels about his mustache. Lol. Anyone who says leg hair isn't supposed to be there as a method of shaming women into complying with ridiculous beauty standards is always the not the asshole. I bet his mustache looks ridiculous. Damn, if he's so sensitive about his mustache he really shouldn't be commenting on other people's appearances. Not the asshole. Reply to your sister, your husband shouldn't dish it out if he can't take it back. You're not the asshole. Look your sister dead in eyes and ask her, so, you're saying you're okay with your husband looking at my legs when I wear skirts? And in our parents' home? Who is disrespecting the elders here? Me or your pervert husband? And then if you want to be petty and nail it home, follow up with, tell him and his pervert mustache he owes our parents an apology for making a scene in their home and making inappropriate comments to their teenage daughter. AITA. Not the asshole. AITA 2. Thank you for the award and votes. Smiling face with hearts. Smiling face with hearts. Not the asshole. Bill makes stupid comments but cannot handle when they are aimed at him. And his comment was ridiculous. Your sister is wrong about having to respect someone just because of their age. Don't apologize. Next time they come over, everyone should put on fake mustaches. Lol. Laughing my ass off. If anything, you weren't harsh enough. If your legs were under the table he'd really have to have been checking you out to notice. Your sister's taking her husband's wandering eye out on you instead of clocking her husband's behavior. Not the asshole. Don't apologize, don't back down. Him and his fragile ego and 50s mentality can stay mad. Not the asshole. Brother-in-law fucked around and found out. We don't point out things people can't change about their appearance in 15 seconds. We also don't throw stones from glass houses. You don't owe him shit and your sister's just as bad for going, well, he's older. Okay, then he should know body hair exists and STFU about it. Not the asshole. Is this dude a cop by chance? Am I the asshole for telling my dad, who left, that I don't remember him? I'm 15F and my father is 46M. My dad left the family when I was 7 without any explanation. He just vanished one day, and I've never seen him since. He left because of relationship issues with my mom. She was heartbroken, and waited 5 years for him to return but in the end filed for divorce. Thankfully, she's over him now. To be honest, now 8 years after he left, I barely have any memory of him. Only some resentment for the years of suffering he put my mom and sister, 19F, through. They tried and tried to contact him, but he'd never respond. I can't remember his voice, personality, or even face much. Last week, he texted my mother and said he wanted to meet, after 8 years of disappearance. My mom agreed. We arranged a meet-up at a nearby restaurant. My sister was so nervous, excited, but I realized I felt nearly nothing. He arrived, and my mom and sister started crying. He cried too, at the sight of his beloved daughters. He saw that I looked quite emotionless, and said, "Don't you miss your dad?" I replied honestly that I didn't remember him. He left so long, it's like I barely knew him. He was so shocked and hurt. Eventually, he cut off our meet-up early, claiming he had to work. My mom and sister were so mad, they blamed it on me. My mom said that my sister's been waiting to see her dad for so long, but I had to make a stupid remark and make him leave a second time. Asking how I could behave like this towards my dad. Telling me that I'm a selfish bitch and asshole. I'm sorry that he cut the meetup short, 'cause I knew my sister missed him so damn much. But to be honest, I don't feel bad for saying the truth. Am I the asshole? Not the asshole. If he's going to leave again because his daughter told him the truth, they're better off with him gone. Not the asshole. You're the selfish one. He walked out with no explanation when you were only 7 and shows up 8 years later thinking everything is going to be all okay, and yet you are selfish for not remembering him? I am in shock. I am even more shocked that your mom and sister are with him on the playing happy family in a sense, rather than ripping him a new one for what he did. Edit. Someone made the very good point that the dad was gone from OP's life longer than he has been there. It makes total sense that he wouldn't be remembered. Not the asshole. He's re-abusing your mom and sis, but they're still too scared of him to put the blame squarely where it belongs. He abandons the family for 8 years and expects a warm welcome? What in the hell? Honestly, your reaction is normal. I'm a little concerned about your mom and sister being okay with this. Definitely not the asshole. Are you sure your mother is really over him? They were so excited about him coming back and immediately blamed you instead of him for making him leave again. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Why did he want to meet you all out of sudden after 8 years of no contact at all? Did he think you would welcome him like nothing happened? After all the struggle you had. I can understand you and your non-existent feelings towards him. I would say he has some selfish reasons for contacting you. Not the asshole. He didn't only leave, but if he disappeared, that means he never contributed to your upbringing, economically and otherwise. He's not your dad, your mum is. And anyway, he asked so, woman shrugging. Not the asshole. You haven't seen the guy for more than half your life. A dad doesn't abandon his children. A dad doesn't stop contact for 8 years. A dad doesn't just gets up and walks away because he got to hear an uncomfortable truth. He is not a dad. He's a deadbeat sperm donor. Your sister is angry at your dad. But because at the same time she, unconsciously, can't be angry at him, because she wants everything to be right with him, you are the easiest recipient of this anger. It's a coping mechanism. She may lash out in her anger because she can't really direct it at the person who it's actually against. Am I the asshole for not covering up? My friend is constantly getting mad at me for not covering up. I have large breasts, eye cups and sizes, and as a result practically anything I wear will show cleavage. She's been going on about it for a few months now, but it's finally got too irritating to deal with. Last week I attended a uni class with her. She was wearing a tank top which showed nothing. I was also wearing a tank top, but because of my body it revealed a lot more. She made some quips about me, trying to impress the professors, and asking for it. I pointed out to her that we were wearing the same thing, but she told me that the difference is that she doesn't already have a whore's body. I was mad but honestly didn't think it was that big a deal because as someone with large breast you hear that stuff every day. What really annoyed me happened last week, on my younger brother's birthday. My younger brother just turned 13 and I'm 18. We have a great relationship and are very close. My friend came to his party. At the party I was wearing a dress that was not revealing at all, but having such a large chest you can tell they're big. After the party my brother told me that she told him that I dress too inappropriately around him and am going to give him a complex. She told him to tell me that I need to cover up around him because he's a child and I'm trying to groom him. My brother doesn't care what I wear as I'm his sister and as such doesn't view it inappropriately. This is what he told me. He is also gay and everyone who was there knows this. I can't believe she'd talk to someone so young like this, especially my own brother. Now I'm wondering if other people think the same way and think I'm being inappropriate by the way I dress. I can't control it most of the time, but should I be making an effort to cover my body up in front of children? Am I the asshole? It would really crush me if I've negatively impacted my brother's well-being and I want to know other people's opinion. Edit. Messaging me asking for proof isn't how one gets BTCHES. Try Google instead. This person is not your friend. Not the asshole. She's not your friend. If she talks like this to your face, fuck knows what she says behind your back. Not the asshole. But your so-called friend is wildly out of line. 1. In body shaming you. And I dislike using that statement because it is overused, for being endowed and for saying exceedingly hurtful and rude comments about it. 2. For bringing it to your still minor brother. If she truly thought you were a danger to the kid, and it wasn't her jealousy talking, She would have gone to one of your parents and not tried to start drama with a young teen boy. This girl is not your friend. At best, she is exceedingly jealous of the attention she thinks you are getting. This girl ain't your friend. She's hateful and disgusting to both you and your family. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. You need better friends. She's horrible. I have big books too, and they are obvious no matter what I wear and they move. So what? My friends like me for me. Not the asshole, but why the fuck are you still friends with her if she does nothing but demean and slut shame you for something you literally can't control? Does she want you to dress like a nun because of her own insecurities? Drop her. She sounds like a word I can't say on this subreddit. Not the asshole. She's not your friend. She might be jealous and insecure about her own body. But that's her problem. You've done nothing wrong and she can't take it out on you. I'd personally stop being friends with someone like that. Why are you friends with this horrible body shamer? She's awful. Not the asshole. You're fine and deserve better friends.